Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting episode of the Super Carlin Gaming Mario Kart 8 Roulette Challenge, where Ben and I are trying to 3-star every cup with randomly chosen carts and characters. Ben, are you ready?
I don't even know.
You don't even know? Okay, the good news is we've completed every cup at least once, so now we should have some practice going back to the earlier cups.
Except, see, you know, it's so weird when you think about it that way. It's like, either we have more experience and we'll do better, or I will remember them as the levels I suck at.
Ah, so maybe they're like weighing you down mentally.
Yeah.
I see. That can happen. That can happen. Okay, well, before that, let's get some carts.
Some carts and
Some
characters.
dice rolls.
11.
11, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Toadette! Okay, I like Toadette.
20.
20. All right, so 7, 14, 21, 20.
Lakitu!
Lucky too. He seems like a Ben kind of character.
Alright, he's got those great goggles on.
Great goggles.
Great
He's like just
goggles,
ready to
no
go.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Standard ATV, I'll take it. 24.
And 20.
Ah! Yeah, I am in like,
You were in like a rig you'd pick.
I'm in like a rig I would pick. This is
Let's see
good.
the stats.
It's pretty standard. I would typically use the Teddy Buggy instead of the ATV, but they drive very similar, and I'd probably use a slightly different kite, but they are all pretty similar themselves. So, and I typically drive with Toad or Baby Peach. So,
This is good news.
I should be good.
This is good news.
Now we've talked me up. I'll obviously suck.
28.
Yeah, the sport bike is good.
Okay, all right. If you say so.
2.
Yeah, okay. You're looking
All
good.
right.
That handling, though.
Handling.
24.
Oh,
Right back to
Same
where we
thing.
started. There must be like 12 or something.
Yeah.
Mars.
All right, so how do you feel about yours?
Decent handling. I feel like bikes normally do worry me, but I think that as we've been playing, I've gotten a little bit better with them. There's always something about the bikes that have like I think it's maybe inside turning opposed to outside
Well,
turning.
yeah, you are correct. It's inside drifting.
Inside
but not
drifting,
all
okay.
of them do. The ones that do the inside drifting behave, I feel like, more like actual motorcycles.
Okay.
Whereas the
okay.
ones that don't feel like you're a kid trying to do tire skids around gravel on your mountain bike and crashing. Okay, so we actually have 3-star to these two, which is
Yes.
good. So we're gonna move to the Flower
Flower
Cup was
Cup.
our worst
Nightmare.
one in the first round, but we have pretty good rigs today.
Pretty good rigs.
I'm
pretty good
feeling
rigs.
better about it. Maybe today is the day we got lucky on the hard cup.
Oh my gosh, everybody should be leaning in with suspense
I'm
right
leaning
now.
in.
Flower Cup wasn't even the worst. There was one where you didn't get a star, if you remember.
Well, on the 200, yes, but on the 150 rounds,
That's what
this is
took
the
us
one.
long.
that
Oh,
took us
I
long.
understand what you're saying.
Yes,
Yes.
All right, we got it. Come on, I gotta roll the sleeves up here.
We got this. Hyper focused. I'm not even gonna answer questions today.
Just gonna watch us drive.
I'm just gonna try.
Here we go.
I expect you to get first place in all of them.
I sure hope so.
And we're off to a
Alright.
roaring
Jay
start.
Wing.
We're off.
Advice for procrastinators.
Advice for
Question mark.
procrastinators?
Yeah.
Here's the okay. Here's the thing about about doing stuff on time is that you have to think about it like this. If you just do it right now, it'll be done. It'll just be done. And it is such a hard thing to wrap your head around. I have personally been really making like a laser focused effort about procrastination at the moment. In terms of like household stuff in preparation for the baby.
Yeah,
Because
that's super
I'm like,
true.
every time I'm like it's especially bad in the morning because I wake up with Beth who gets up at like 5:30 and she'll have to go to school and then I'll have like a little bit of time and I'm always like, previously I would use that time specifically to like watch TV or just sort of relax, and I have been forcing myself to just get in the habit of like, is there anything I can put in the washing machine? Is there any dishes I can unload? Is there anything I can take out to the trash? Like, just get stuff done so that it's done, and then you don't have to worry about it. And I've been trying really hard to just be on top of stuff, but it's very difficult. Procrastination feels so good right up until it doesn't, right? Procrastination is doing whatever you want until you're stressed as all. But here's what I would recommend is also to-do lists, right?
To-do lists do help a
Yes.
lot. Because then yeah, like everything, you have that like the satisfaction of like checking things off the list.
Yes.
And definitely like getting a little
Burst.
added
Man, I didn't
boost
even-
of confidence. Oh my gosh, what is happening?
So here's another trick I started using back when I had like more of an office job was like a lot of times the work can be boring and that makes it so you don't want to do it. But what you have to do is not think of accomplishing your work as the work itself. Try and think of like productivity itself as like a hobby. Like,
Right.
Like
Yes.
not I have to do all these things. Just like how fast can I do all these things? And then it feels more like you're not even worried about what the things are. It's just like
You're playing the game.
You're playing the game of doing them.
That's extremely true. I feel like you should write a book about this because you seem to have like a lot of methods and techniques, and I know that you actually are pretty good at like enacting them.
I do really try. Yeah.
I think that if there was a Super Carlin book about this subject, I would buy it.
Yeah,
Serious,
that'll be Super Carlin productivity.
Although I will say one of the things that we do struggle with, and I think it's a weird bit to it, like even from like a creativity standpoint, is getting ahead on our videos. That is something that like I feel like we all agree in the office would be like a very good thing to do, but the actual process of doing it is very tricky. I think sometimes there's a lot to be said, and like maybe even Dad being a reporter, I don't know if this is like maybe in our genes a little bit, but the idea of like a deadline sometimes almost like really like forcing you into like a certain mindset that drives a good product.
Well, it's a classic case of like boxes breed creativity, right? Like when you have limitations, all of a sudden you're like forced into it.
Right.
And we have like somewhat creative jobs. Like we're not, we have to there we go. It's not a matter of just like finish, stacking this laundry and then you're done. It's like write a script and then how much flourish do you want to add to the editing and all that. So there is
Right, like there's always more that you could do.
Right, that's the thing. There's always more you could do. So it's like if you start writing a script 3 days out, like even when we are ahead and we've got like 5 days to write a script, I often find that we just spend longer on the script. We don't just like, spend an afternoon on it and be like, oh, this one's done, which is an issue. Not an issue. Now, I will say, if you go back to my earlier suggestion of just putting things on a to-do list and then using that as like a game, the danger there is that you will often find yourself less passionate at all. Like your work can occasionally suffer if you don't realize the point of your work. So like if the point of your day every day is just to complete your to-do list, then that can be good if you get it all done, but like you might not be doing everything to effect. So like I used to try and get through my to-do list. Like that was my goal for the day. Boom, done. But like the actual point of my work was to sell tickets, and it was like, am I doing the work to sell tickets or am I doing the work so that the work will be done?
Right.
And it was like there is a line there, and if you cross it, then your like work can suffer, and you'll feel like you're being super productive, but people around you might be like, well, you're not producing results.
Right.
So that is you gotta catch yourself there. But that I would still say get a to-do list going before you worry about that.
And color-coded highlighters for day of the week.
Oh yeah, we talked about that before. That is a hands down proven technique.
Must be done. All right, next question.
Jonathan,
Yes.
for Baby Carlin, do you have a name picked out?
Oh, I got
Glitter
a name picked out.
Bomb
It is
Carlin.
not Glitter Bomb Carlin.
Glitter Bomb Carlin!
Not even close.
Weighing in at a solid 7 pounds. Maybe, I don't know. It seems like an appropriate weight for a child.
That does seem like an appropriate weight. I'm pretty sure Beth is really concerned that the weight of the child is going to be like massive because I was a big baby and
Still are. Oh, burn!
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh man, had to. Someone needed to actually.
I mean,
BK could have as well.
It was teed up. It needed to be set. Oh no. What's
I'm in
happening?
first place
That is
for now, but I'm hitting walls.
Great news. Oh gosh.
No, now I'm in third place.
Oh gosh, I'm like stuck right in the fray. One of the things I've learned about the 200 Cup is that it's not always about maintaining a lead. It is much more about how well you can recover.
Yeah,
And it
'cause
is,
everything is fast.
Everything.
That's what I notice about
is
how it doesn't
fast.
matter if I'm doing good. It's how quickly I could then be doing poorly. It's like,
The
yeah.
opposite problem.
it's like
It's
I'm
the
doing
opposite
so well,
And then
but
what
now I'm in
happened?
8th.
The computer, I feel like, is better at using the bananas sometimes.
You know what? The person who asked that last one, by the way, was Alea Escobedo.
Oh,
Yeah.
she sounds.
I forgot to give the name.
Oh, I forgot to give the name. Okay.
Anna Mercier, possibly Mercier, depending on how French she is. What is your favorite fan interaction? Have you had any cool experiences when meeting fans?
Oh my gosh, I have an absolute answer for this. It was at VidCon, the first, I guess the only VidCon we've ever been to. We were at a party with you, Derek. This is before you worked with us, but you brought us to a party at a go-kart place. And that was the thing. And then on the way home, it took forever for us to get, like, VidCon Ubering is not like such a thing. It is hard to get them because everyone wants them, and it took us forever to get out there. So on the way home, we were like, oh, do we want to wait for this Uber? Oh my gosh. And it turned out that while we were like standing there waiting, some people recognized us and were like, hey, what's up, guys? And we talked to them for like 10 or 15 minutes. And they were like, we are heading back to the convention center right now. We've just got like a big van if you want to ride with us. And we were kind of like, this is one of those situations where it feels like you're crossing a line, but also,
Yes.
Could use a ride.
I could use a ride. And ultimately, we accepted it. And
We did, and I can tell you that was one of those things where, like, the back of my mind, I was like, I feel like I can already feel the story coming out of the
I know. I was
situation.
like,
this
this-
seems like it could be a problem,
I
but
know.
they ended up being extremely nice.
I know, you're like sitting in the van, you're like, we literally just got into an unmarked white van with strangers. Like, that's literally what's happening right now. But they were like the nicest people ever, and they just dropped us off, and it was great. And we saw them a few more times at the conference, and
Then we
had
had
a
this like
laugh
running
every
joke.
time.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, it's our show forward."
yeah.
This is so awesome. But yeah, no, that was super cool. But still, moral of the story: be cautious about who you get in the car with.
Right, yes.
This was an exception, not the
This
rule.
is an exception for sure.
Let's see. I had somebody ask me to prom.
Oh, that was fun.
That was extremely exciting. Actually, that was a very interesting experience. They run one of the like Super Carlin brothers like Instagram pages.
Nice.
Where they like post some of like the stuff. It's actually I get such a kick out of those pages. By the way, like I don't know if that's the most vain thing in the world to do, but
I think it's super rad.
I think they're super funny, yeah.
yeah, I mean
Same
like
here.
they do such a good job, and I even have fun like every video like trying to figure out which gag is going to be the one that like they end up putting
Like,
into like
what
text
they
form.
meme, yeah.
But anyway, so this girl asked me to prom at NerdCon, maybe. And it was one of these like really awesome moments, and I think I posted it to my Instagram, and it was a whole lot of fun. But then she was coming it through Roanoke on like a very fluke trip, and asked if she was actually going to be up at the Star, and we were going to pop over and say hello really quickly. And so like walk up, and I'm like, I recognize this person.
Yeah.
Which I maybe didn't fully expect. And it turned out that she was the person who had asked me to prom. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best and the worst thing at the same time.
It's like, oh, all the awkwardness again. Maybe this person just has a crazy crush on you, Ben.
It reminds me of actual prom with all of the awkwardness.
Prom.
Prom.
I had one great prom and one that was like easily the worst school dance I went to in my high school career. But perhaps those are stories for other days.
I feel like we need to address the elephant in the room since nobody has talked about it at all.
Yeah, what do you got?
Ben just got first place in the last race.
Did he? What? I didn't even notice. Because oh my god, I did not. All I knew was that I did not get first place.
You got
And I was like, oh, we're gonna have to do this cup again. But
Ben
you
won.
know what? We actually, amongst the two of us, we got first place on every race then.
Oh, no way!
So I'm not sure if that should count, like, you know, like we're not going to get 3
freaking
stars,
should.
but it feels like it should count. Like that's how this should work.
Like,
I feel
otherwise
like
you're
it should.
working against each other.
Otherwise, we're
Yeah.
working against each other. You know, I feel like it should count. Let us know in the comments. What do you think?
Does
Does this count as a 3-star?
My heart is actually still just completely pounding from it.
can't believe
I was like, oh my gosh, I can't
We were
believe
looking
this is
at
about
each
to
other.
happen.
Well,
I have
Jonathan
no
was
idea
talking.
how you did that. This is one of my. I hate the Haunted Mansion. It's one of my least favorite levels of the game.
Oh, yeah, it's
for
the
reasons
worst.
you watched. How you got first place on it, I'm impressed.
I have to say that I think that if I could spend more time on a bike, that I think that I could get really good. The problem is that like it doesn't feel supernatural for me But like when I learn it, usually like mid-race, I feel like I'm starting to pick up a little more steam.
Yeah.
Because I can understand better how it's going to take a corner harder.
Right.
Which in 200 definitely makes a big difference.
It sure
being able
does.
to take a turn hard. Because if you're taking it slow, you're just in the wall.
Yeah.
You're in the weeds.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna, if you have anything that like slides out heavy on the back end, you're right in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, new vehicle customization option has been unlocked. We'll see what that is next time. I don't know why I went in that voice.
Oh man, we should totally just like bit that sound, and every single time it happens, we'll just play it over and over and over again.
It's been unlocked.
And it's like boom, dead, ha.
Excellent, excellent. We should have shirts made for that
Oh, yeah.
at some point. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions or advice needed from Ben and I, be sure to leave them in the towel section down below, and Derek will rifle through them and find the best ones and ask them to us.
We'll just rifle right on through
Rifle
them.
right through them. He's
For
got
some
a-
reason, that just doesn't feel like the best way to like dig through them. It's like
I know,
rifling
it's
through
like,
our
yeah, put the
junk.
gun down, man. We're at the office.
Gosh.
Jeez, but whatever. It gets results. So can you even complain? Please like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future Mario Kart action from us. We will see you next time.
Let's go.